Welcome to Acute Mania Live. Man, those guys are just. I listened to that album twice when it came out. I was like, this is just killer. That was
Yeah, that
Paul
was awesome.
Foggia with DA, and I don't know what DA means. Defense attorney. That's what I'm going to call it. Defense attorney. George from Blood Wisteria is with me tonight from Lowell, Massachusetts. Welcome. It's very nice to have you on the show.
I'm happy to be here.
We've already got chatters. Remember, we were talking about that before we went live. I was
Oh,
like, yeah,
nice.
sometimes there's none, sometimes there's some. Eddie Smith says, I'm so proud of you, George. Love you forever,
Hey,
big
Eddie.
homie. I mean,
Love
they're
Eddie.
just. It's not that they're just chatting; they're super excited, and I'm super
Oh, yeah.
excited as well, man. It's nice to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be
We were also talking about how I found you, and we all know if you're on Instagram, you kind of it's the algorithm is great on there with hooking you up with things that you enjoy, and it just came it was probably that ad that we talked about,
here. Yeah, I think so.
and the very first song was "L.A. Dreamin'." I was like, this is killer. Like you don't hear that sound, you just don't really hear anymore. What genre? And we were talking about genre. What genre would you put it into? Help me out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little. I think probably the closest thing I would say is like post-punk, but I kind of pull from I always do this where like I can't like
Yeah, I know.
sit in one spot. So it's like a little bit of post-punk, a little bit of like synth pop, dark wave, very
Would
very 80s. Very
I kept
80s.
telling people like Billy Idol. Would that be in the right
Yeah.
vein?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
100%.
So I was right a little bit with that. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's like Billy Idol-ish, but I don't know anything else. Yeah. But
Definitely
it's
definitely
you just
right
don't really
genre.
hear it. I mean, there's a few bands that do it and stuff, but you don't really hear it anymore. And I was like, and my gosh, your octave of voice on your lower register is just nuts. Like, and I can't tell just talking to you, but like I mean, there's some of those songs you're like way down. You know, can you give us an example? Like, can you do it right
Oh
now?
God. I
Maybe
mean
teach me how to do it. Hmm?
yeah, I mean I don't like I'm not good at like I've never done like a vocal lesson or anything, but I can get like really down and do like the kind of,
I
really
had a
low.
couple guys try to teach me to
Yeah.
scream. Do the screaming stuff.
I'm trying to learn that right now, but
It's awful. Like
yeah, it's tough. It's really tough.
I can't do it, but I have all due respect for those guys. But my
Oh
goodness,
yeah.
I can't do that. I mean, there's some guys that they sing clean, and then all of a sudden they're screaming, and then they're right back to it, and
Yeah.
like, how are you not injuring everything inside of your in here?
I know, it's crazy.
But yeah, what is it? There was one song I was listening to it the other day of yours. I'm never going to think of the name right now. But one of them. I mean, you're down there like in the depths of hell with your octave. Like, but in a good way. The depths of heaven. We'll
Thank
say
you. Yeah,
that.
yeah, the depths of heaven, that's good.
The depths of heaven. I guess that'd be more of a screaming thing. The depths of heaven.
Yeah. It turn into a screamo band.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot, and I'm gonna let you tell the folks what you're all about. Where did this idea come from? And yeah, you
Okay.
said you're in many other bands also, but Blood Wisteria, where did this come from? Where did this idea come from?
Okay, so I mean, for the music, I mean, I gotta thank my dad for putting me on to a lot of he was big into like the Clash, the Cure, good 80s
Good
stuff, a
stuff.
lot of new
Yeah,
wave, a lot of new wave. And
nice.
so that was always kind of present. And you know, I I'm in a couple other things, and those have kind of always been like my main uh output. And so one of the songs, Rose Cutter off the demo, that I had originally wrote for my band Night Visions, which now is basically kind of like a horror punk, like Misfits sort
Yeah,
of vibe. But back in the day, we were all over the place, and I'm really into. I don't know if you're familiar with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
I've heard. Yeah, I've
Um,
heard that. I've heard some of
yeah,
that stuff. Yeah, it's
hard to
good
forget
stuff.
the name. They
Yeah.
just do a different thing like every album, and I thought that was so cool. And so I was writing all these different genres, and originally it was like, oh, I'm gonna write like a post punk, like new wave album or something. And it never happened, but I had that song sitting around, and it just kind of sat there for a really long time. And yeah, so last March or like April 2023, I was just in the middle of some crap, super super down, all that good stuff. And I remember I was still in school, and I was sitting not paying attention whatsoever to the to the professor, you know.
Yeah.
And I was
Well,
like
nobody. I
doodling
don't
stuff
think
in my
anybody ever really does. I never did.
yeah,
So.
exactly. And I was just kind of sitting there, you know, writing some stuff. And just started like writing some like words, because like I just had this like at the time, I was like, oh, you know, I hate where I'm at. I wanted to like, you know, go somewhere where like, you know, I feel like I'm having such a hard time, like, you know, breaking out with like music and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I could go to like LA because that's where everybody goes, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And so I just started writing these words down, and I that's where the lyrics for LA Dreamin' came. And yeah, and so I like went home, and it was the first time, and I'd never write lyrics before the song, but I wrote the lyrics and I said, all right, let's write a song around this.
Yeah.
And I started doing that. And this literally, I mean, that and the other songs on it besides Rose Cutter, those all happened in like the span of a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was
And
just
it
kind of just
worked.
like
And
boom.
it worked excellent. You know.
Thank you. But yes, it just happens. And yeah, so I just spent, you know, next couple weeks like tweaking the mixes and stuff, because I also, you know, I wasn't particularly experienced mixing
Hmm.
stuff.
I don't think
So I was
anybody
just
is
playing
really. I
around.
mean, you just got to sit down and. I mean,
Yeah.
I was telling you, I'm putting that EP out, that electronic EP, but
Yeah, yeah.
had no idea how to even do anything like that. But one of my buddies is like, here, because he uses Reaper, but
Mm.
GarageBand is the easiest thing to start with, and that's what I still
Good
use.
old
And
garage bands.
I'm just now getting it, you know, like so I could graduate to something else at some point, but I'm not ready yet. I'm still comfortable, you know. But yeah, I know
Yeah, I
what you
just
mean.
kind of
You gotta
trial by hellfire, you know. I just
you
kind
gotta
of dove
dabble, you
into
know.
it. Yeah,
You
you
gotta
just
dabble.
trial and error. But
And man,
yeah.
that first song that I did on GarageBand, the very first one that
Hmm.
I was writing, well, not writing, but I was you know, putting it together for release for that EP, and I got so frustrated because I get so frustrated when I can't, like, I know what I want it to do, and it should
Yep.
work the way I want it to work, but it doesn't work like that because the program
Yeah,
doesn't work like that. I'm watching
absolutely.
YouTube videos after YouTube videos and reading about it, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that is easier, you know, like than I thought it would be, you know. So yeah, it's you gotta dabble with
That's
it.
the hardest. The hardest thing is like you know what you want it to sound like,
Yeah,
and
and you can't get it there.
yeah, yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. And I was always kind of like, you know, "Oh, I don't need to do what everybody else does. You know, I'm not buying any fancy plugins or anything. And like I
Yeah.
use Ableton. I'm just using like
Okay.
stock
Yeah.
plugins for the and stock and like free plugins.
Hmm.
Um, I did upgrade to like the full version because I was sick of having only 8 tracks available. So
Yeah. What
um,
was the Ableton Light? Is that the one?
yeah, Ableton Light,
Yeah.
and they only let you do 8 tracks
It's
per
like Fruity
song.
Loops. Remember? Do you remember Fruity Loops?
No, I
Are
never
you
had Fruity Loops.
Fruity? Okay. It's older. Like it's man. When was that? Like that was probably like early 2000s. I think
Oh
maybe.
wow.
It
Okay,
was like
yeah.
the first like thing you could that just people could do at home, that you just tapping buttons and stuff like on your
Mhm.
phone. It was fun, you know. But
Yeah.
it's what it sounds like, you know. It's Fruity Loops. But I mean, people did some killer stuff with it, like just mixing whatever they mixed together. But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't really use
Yeah.
it because I'm afraid of dolls. Like I was afraid of dolls for the longest time until I started doing this, and now I'm afraid to graduate from GarageBand. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, you know, they're intimidating. It's about like Ableton was crazy to just dive into,
Yeah.
but I thankfully I had a friend, um, this guy I never knew his last name, but I had a friend Brendan who was you know for like online stuff,
Yeah.
and he would make like you know like synthwave and like that sort of stuff, and back in like during COVID he taught me like a ton of stuff,
Yeah. That's the
just
best
like
too.
and that's so I did get like the kickstart because I had somebody who knew what they were doing showing me how to do stuff. But yeah, since then, you know, I just been just doing it. But yeah, and it's funny though that demo was just total spur of the moment, and I had no intentions of it being like a full fledged thing at all. I just kind of said, yeah, I wanted to put this
I'm
out.
glad you did it because like I said, when I first heard LA Dream, and I was like, all right, I gotta see what else is on this. And I listened to the other stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna have to hit him up for sure. This is good. You know, that's usually the way
I'm
it goes.
glad you
And
did.
I don't, you know, like I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I don't have to like bands that I have on the show. You know, I don't have to like personally like it. You know, but I'm just
Right, right.
sometimes it's just so interesting. Like why are they doing that? I need to ask them that. You know, but I want to ask them on the show. I don't want to just send them a message because that's sometimes it's weird. And, and
Yeah,
then
you can
some
like
people just,
articulate stuff better, right?
yeah, it's fun. I can learn all about them. You know,
Yeah.
all about them. Um, let's see. Well, Okay, so, since we're talking about your music, and there might be some viewers that don't know anything about Blood Wisteria, and damn it, they need to start go look it up. But let's what do you say we listen to one of the songs? I'll let you pick which one
All
we
right.
listen to first,
Um, I guess
and then
let's
tell us a
do
little bit about it. Also.
do Desire.
Okay, what's this one
Um,
about, and why are you so desired to write Desire? I guess.
so that song was this is very very super super personal song. That I'm cool talking with about this stuff now, but that song was entirely about like self-harm and some pretty deep dark subjects. And I think it's cool because it's just such a fun song. And I just like love it's one of those things where it's like you write like this super catchy upbeat song and it's like about these
I
horrible
think
things.
that's what it is about this about Blood Wisteria is it's super catchy. Like it's
Oh
just like
yeah,
haven't I heard that riff before?
all
But
pop,
no, it's
all
yours.
pop. But it's
Yeah,
all about like miserable stuff. But no, but that song was like that's still to this day one of my favorite songs.
yeah.
Especially just sonically. I
Is
just
this the
think
one
that
with the badass guitar solo like towards the end, or is
yes,
that
yes.
okay? That's it's 'cause, like I never for some reason I probably heard it, but I just don't remember it. And then the other day when I was posting something to Instagram, about you being on the show, and I heard that as I was scrolling through for a point to put on the story, and I was like, "Whoa, where'd that come from? That's badass." So
Yeah, I just it's like one of those things where because normally I mean it's like you might hear like some solos and stuff in post punk like a lot of the bands nowadays that do that stuff they just still do it, but I I love like that 80s like hair metal kind of,
yeah,
and that's like the only way I know how to like make a solo is doing that sort of stuff. So I was like, screw
works.
it, let's do it.
It works. It works for sure. All right, let's take a listen. Is this off the newest one? The
This
newest
one's old. This one's off the demo.
the demo. That's right. That's why it says demo on it, right? Demo 22, right? All right. Here is Blood Wisteria with Desire. This is good stuff. Crank it up if you're in your house with your parents or wherever you're at. Just crank it up. They won't care. They're gonna love it too. Look, every people dancing in the kitchen and stuff. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Here we go. George, we're gonna have to talk about a record deal. I think we're gonna have to. I mean,
All right.
I don't do that or anything, but you might
Let's
need
make
to
it
talk to
happen,
some
right?
folks. It's just fun music. I mean, who cares what it's about and how depressing it is? I mean,
Exactly. So you can dance to it, right?
it's fine. Yeah, that's just killer. I mean, that solo though. I mean, I was licking the air guitar. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was good.
It's the best air guitar lick impression I could do.
I loved it.
Eddie Smith's in the chat. He says, maybe he's asking me this. He said, have you ever heard of the rock and roll band Unbroken Apologies?
Oh, Upon Broken Apologies. I have
Or
heard
Upon.
of
I'm sorry. Yeah, Upon Broken. I have not heard of them.
that would be the fantastic, lovely metalcore band that I am in.
Oh,
our good friend Eddie with.
Well, by all means, we must have that. Yeah, everything that you're part of, you need to be on the show.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean that's all
Eddie.
Eddie. I'm sure Eddie would love it though.
We're with one member of like several bands, being, but you could be new every time, because
there you go. Yeah.
He says he said they're dope as hell if you haven't checked them out already. Yeah, I know. Thank you for that. I got to refill my drink. He said also, George, you were killing it so far, buddy. I mean, I need to get some friends like this. Like, I don't have any friends that do this, like
Eddie's
praise me
the
constantly.
best. We love Eddie. No, Eddie's always there. He puts everyone up, and he's a great guy, great friends, and a great musician.
Maybe Eddie would co-host that show if I have your
band.
Or is he not in the band?
So he's the guy for Upon Broken Apologies.
Oh, so that's why he's recommending himself.
Oh yeah,
that's a good move.
And that's a good move. Eddie's a sly businessman. He knows.
Let's get this scheduled. Let's do this.
Very good. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm ready.
Do it.
I need to know. I need to have everybody in your circle on the show because they
perfect.
They seem badass. We'll have some fun. Hey, I do have like the Thanksgiving special coming up. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Christmas is right around the corner. I hate when people say that, but I do specials, and sometimes I have these shows called the 2-band banger. Well, we'll take 2 bands and just have them on. They don't even know each other, and we'll just smash them together in one show.
Pretty cool.
We can do that. Yeah,
that'd be super cool.
The possibilities are endless. You know what I'm saying?
They are.
So, well, yeah. Let's definitely schedule something for sure.
Absolutely.
I have I have to look at this for a second. This is not anything to do with the show, but do you guys have Instacart up there where they like deliver groceries to your house?
Yeah. I'm familiar.
Okay, yeah, I'm having that happen right now, and they're currently shopping for my groceries, so I have to approve or disapprove of things. Why is that? What's the same price? Well, yeah. Why would that be a replacement? It's the same brand, same price, and everything. Yeah, I approve. It's Alfredo sauce. Damn it, just get something. I just can't. I can't stand to go to the store. That's my thing. I just and you don't want to go to the grocery store hungry because then you get everything.
Oh, then you buy everything. Yeah.
Everything. Well, that sounds good. Well, that sounds good. And then you get it home, and you're like, why did I buy this shit?
It all goes bad in like a week.
Yeah. Damn it. Or you just don't have room for anything, so you have to eat it all then.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I'm little. I'm a little guy. Yeah, but that's good stuff, man. It's okay. Are you playing? What instruments are you playing? The drums I assume are just like the digital drums, which is fine.
Yeah, they're all MIDI. Yeah,
it works out. What are you playing bass and what are you doing in this?
So pretty much, I'm playing the guitars, I'm playing the bass, and obviously doing the vocals. And then I program the drums, and I program the synths too, because I don't have like I can't do the piano stuff. I don't really have any kind of formal training with anything, so it's all been just kind of
just bringing that stuff together. I mean, like now I know how it is, with GarageBand and putting things together like that. Yeah. I mean, and there, gosh, some of these tracks or some of these songs have like 32 tracks to them,
oh yeah.
But it's just it works. Like heck, I have let's try this out on the show. I was telling you I had a new mixer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I got these sound effects on here, and I need to write down like what bank is what. But let's try this one. Oops, hold on. I gotta turn the volume up. That's step one. Come on, now. Is that not working? Oh wait. Oh, that was the wrong one. Here it is.
Okay. There you
Good
go.
job. Good job on the recording kind of thing. Well, I'll kind of go through this as we go. But this, so that last mixture I had only had like three usable spots for samples,
Right.
right? And of course, I had the rim shot on there. That's a given.
Got it.
Then like the crowd thing or the clapping, and then I used to do this before the landmark segment. I did the wiener segment. So you got by. You missed that. It's about hot dogs. It was dumb. I did it for a year and a half. I got sick of it, so I changed it. But so my dad used to sing this song to me and my sister growing up called the Weenie Man. So that was the beginning of that segment. So that was the other sample.
The
But this
Weenie
one
Man.
has 36 different slots for samples.
Yeah, there
So
you go.
I have I haven't put any on there yet, but there's a sad trombone. Well, we can listen to a couple of them if you want.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what
Perfect.
I'd use that for, but hey, at least it's there. I'm not
Gotta
gonna go
have
through
the
them all.
sad trombone.
But yeah, well, I'm sure we can cue one up here later. Maybe the rim shot. I mean, the rim shot's just is that the right one? Yeah. I mean, that's you need that for everything, you know.
Gotta, yeah, you gotta have
Especially
that.
like when a joke doesn't land and things like that, which is
Yeah.
typical for me in the show, you know. Let's see. Eddie says, "Much love, brother dog." I think he's talking about me. So, thank you, man. Yeah. Let's get what is it called? Upon what?
Upon broken apologies.
Why is it all one word? Okay, don't answer that.
I couldn't even. I couldn't. Yeah. Well, get it. Get
When
Eddie
you're on the
in
show, we will
next
talk
time,
about
yeah.
that. See, I'm already
Yeah.
getting ahead of myself here. Can't do that. Can't do that. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about landmarks because I'm excited about the one that I found, but it's probably not even anything that it's probably just a given for around Lowell. But I'll let you go first since it's it's your area.
All right.
But what do you have? We were talking also before you start before we went live. I was telling you about your photos that I was looking at on your Instagram. Very good. So you've been around town, just strolling along. I'm sure you see weird things or funny things. Dead
Oh, yeah.
pigeons on the side of the road. I don't know, things like that. But
Yeah, like dead rats. Yeah.
yeah, just dead
All the good
anything
stuff.
is interesting sometimes. But yeah, so what do you have? What do you have from Lowell that I might not be able to find on Google or anywhere really?
I mean, none of the stuff that I have is really even like. Well, I guess some of it would be marked, but it's just kind of some random spots.
Okay.
Um, I have. I don't know if you want me to like send you this or
No, you just tell us about it. It's fine.
talk about it. All right, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, I have. So one of the spots that I think is like the probably the key one is right in the dead center of downtown Lowell. Was where I took the picture that I used for the demo cover.
Okay.
And it's funny because most of the time that place is bustling. There's tons
Yeah.
of people, tons of cars and stuff. Even really late, there's still tons of cars. But yeah, when I would go out, I before I had a car, and I was in Lowell, I would just kind of I started doing this where I would just start walking. I would go out late, and at first, I'd go maybe like 7 o'clock, but it went to the point where I would just be like, you know what, I'm up real late. It's like 1 a.m, and there's like a crazy snowstorm coming down. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
bundle up and just go walk for like 3-4 hours.
See what happens.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and so it's kind of this, I don't know, it's like this cathartic feeling to be in like a city, like a populated city in the middle of downtown, and you're like the only one there.
It's creepy.
And it's like it's a strange feeling.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was just like going out there, and I would walk through the downtown because at first I was like, well, I don't know if I should walk through downtown in the middle of the night. It's probably not a great idea. But eventually I just said, screw it. Like I haven't seen a soul, so might
Yeah.
as well. And actually, what ended up, that was kind of some of the lyrics on L.A. Dreamin' are like, that's the context, is just like wicked late, just going out. And yeah, but that it was right in the middle. I don't even know. I don't really have like square names for Lowell, I don't think. But
Yeah.
that particular one on Merrimack Street, it's just like, it was so cool because it was wicked late, probably 3 a.m.
And
It was just
not a soul out.
heavy snowstorm coming down, and I just like bundled up, like in a bunch of layers, and I was
It's
just
cool to
taking all these pictures.
it's cool to walk out in the snow when it's snowing like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, we get quite a bit here. Probably not as much as you guys get, but I mean, we do get it. And just I mean, I don't live anywhere bustling or anything, but it's not like that far out of the city. I can hear the interstate from here.
Hmm.
But even when you're getting a snowstorm, everybody stays inside like terrified. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you poke your head out the door or something just to see how much you're getting. There's nothing going on. It's so quiet. It's creepy quiet. So I know exactly. The only thing you hear is the crunch of the snow as you're walking on it. It's creepy.
Exactly.
But yeah,
But it's kind of like a beautiful thing too.
it is.
Because
Yeah,
it's like
especially
it's
if
like
there's street lights. You see the
yeah,
snow coming down.
street lights, snow coming down. I do will say though, I before I lived in Lowell, I did live like up in Maine for a few years.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would go out late then too.
Hmm.
And I don't know how I did because now, like, if I walk out in like the woods and it's like pitch black,
Turn right around and go back home. Right.
like, yeah, you're terrible. Like your whole being is done. But I used to just go up there. And the best part, I wouldn't even just be walking. I would have like headphones on, and I'd be listening to
You
music.
can't hear anything. If somebody's coming
Yeah,
up behind you with an axe, you're not going to hear
yeah,
him.
the guy with the axe, I'm not gonna hear him.
There's always a
And
guy with
like,
an axe somewhere. You got to watch out for him.
yeah, especially up in Maine, there's definitely an axe guy wandering around the woods. But yeah, no, it's just like that. Oh my god, like I can't. But I used to do. I used to just go walk, and now it's like back then I would never have walked in the middle of a city at like 3 a.m. So I guess you kind of flip flop.
Well, the
when you're
guy with the axe, he slows down when it's snowing like that.
Yeah, I think
So that's probably the best time to
down.
go.
And he can't really hide anywhere in like a city
No.
square. I feel like his Axeman kind of stands out.
Speaking of Axemen, I guess speaking of Axemen, this is not a very good segue, but are Halloween's right around the corner. See, I did it again.
It is.
Here, hang on. That's a good spot for the yeah. I'm working on it. We'll get there. But no, like, okay, so like I got this Halloween special thing I'm planning to do with this paranormal guy that lives in North Carolina, and then we're gonna have some other group that he knows, a paranormal group. We're just all gonna be on Zoom, and kind of like a Halloween thing. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. But so have you ever experienced anything, especially walking late at night like that? You would think that you might see like an axe man that you can just see through, and he's not, you never get to him, and if you do get to him, you just reach right through him, But like, I mean, have you ever experienced anything that's just you just can't explain? I guess it would might be scary for Halloween.
Let me think. I mean, I don't think I've had any like direct experiences that I was like 100% like, like that's a ghost or something. But
Yeah.
I do remember this wasn't necessarily paranormal, but I do remember. Right, it was like the first like however many months of after COVID happened, and like you're locked, and that was when I was living up in Maine, so I was like, you seeing nobody, it's like complete, I saw like my parents, and that was it, and it's like yeah, it was pretty isolating, taxing on the brain, right? And I remember like towards the end of like before things started to ease up, I would like wake up in the middle of the night and I would look, and I remember I would like see stuff like in the dark and like in where I was sleeping. I remember there was one that like I couldn't go back to sleep. I woke up and there was like a window with like a desk next to where my bed was, and I like look over and there's like an animal like
I thought you were going to say the
on-
Axeman's just sitting there.
the Axeman was looking through the window. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, yeah,
So
but
I
there
had
was like an animal something, I don't know what it was, but it was something like standing there,
Yeah.
and it just, and I mean, I'm
It
telling
was
you,
real.
I
Like it was a
saw
real
this-
animal, though. It was a real.
Well,
animal?
it looked like it, I'm like, I'm telling you,
okay.
like I saw this thing and it jumped down like towards me, and I heard the noise.
Did you axe the
and
damn thing? Did you just?
Well, I jumped up, and unfortunately, I didn't have my axe next to me at the time.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I hate when that happens.
I jumped like out of bed, and there's nothing there, and it was like, whether I don't know, was it the fact that I was going like, was I going like stir crazy from like being in the cabin for that long,
Could
or
be.
like,
Were
was it
you
something
fully
else?
awake? Do you know that you were fully awake though?
I was definitely like
Yeah.
leaning up out of bed. It definitely wasn't one of those, like dream within a dream kind of
Yeah,
situations where you like wake up and then you wake up again. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was so it's probably, I would say that's probably one of the like freakiest things I've ever
Yeah.
seen,
But-
and that was just like peak isolation.
Well,
And
next
like,
time you go up there, if you ever go up there again, make sure you have your axe with you.
I'll bring the axe next time. Yeah,
I
have
don't
it
know why I keep talking about
over the
that.
shoulder.
But the
Right.
other reason I was asking you about that stuff is based off what I found that's in Lowell that's I was reading about it before you jumped on Zoom here earlier.
Hmm.
It's called the Mysterious Witch Bonnie. Do you know about this? The
I haven't heard
statue?
of that.
Really? Come
I
on.
wonder if I might have. Maybe I've seen it, but
It's let's see. It's on Knapp Avenue
oh
in the
yeah.
Lowell Cemetery. I guess it's a massive cemetery.
Okay, I know the cemetery. Let me.
It says it's just a
It was
statue of this
the
woman.
witch Bonnie statue.
Yeah, it's let me see. Let me see if I can get a good picture and show it.
Oh.
Show it on the screen for you. Um, I mean, what drew me to
Oh
this
yeah,
was her
that's
boobs
cool.
were showing and things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are.
that thing. Well, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
kind of
that's
gross.
crazy. I know. I haven't seen that.
But the legend. I mean, I guess the legend of it, or if you read about it, I use Atlas Obscura because there's sometimes
Hmm.
you find some weird things on there. But just I mean, it's just a big long paragraph. You have to go through and read it. But okay, what did they change my order now, you bastards? No, I don't want cauliflower crust pizza. That's for idiots. No, 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 no. What do you mean they don't have California Pizza Kitchen? They always have that. Nope. You give me my money back. Don't give me that cauliflower bullshit. That's for dumbs. Dumbs is what that's for. Sometimes I wonder who's shopping. I know like all these people because they just quite frequently. Who's shopping for me tonight? Let's see. We'll
That's
put them on the
funny.
air here. Um, if it's a girl, I'm gonna call her the Witch Bonnie when she gets here. Where's the thing? Okay, here it is. Come on, load up. Load up. Daniel, he must be new. I don't know any
Daniel.
Daniels. He doesn't look like their picture is tiny. Like, see that right there? That's their
Oh
picture.
yeah,
You
tiny
can't
little
you can't
picture.
blow it up at all. Like to see that. Like, do I really want that guy at my house? He looks like he might have an axe. You know what I mean?
He could be the Axeman. Yeah, who knows?
If he is, I'll interview him.
Yeah, there you go.
So, what kind of axe do you use, there, buddy? Did you get it at Walmart or is it a real axe?
Yeah.
Man, I'm thinking about like bringing my tip down a little bit. I don't think you can do that, but I know you can add it. Anyway, all right. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. There was another one. Now I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, and I feel like I should, but it starts with a K. The first name's Jack. It's Kero.
Oh, Jack Kerouac.
Kerouac. So
Yeah,
okay,
Jack
that's easier than I
Kerouac.
thought. Who is that anyway? Should I know who that is?
He's like
Or
a
not?
he was like a writer and like I think he did like poetry too.
Okay.
But he had he had like a movement that was like attributed to him. I'm blanking on what it's called, but it
Well,
was a big
the
like
thing on here says at his grave in Lowell, it says that according to legend, Bob Dylan sneaks in twice a year to eat dinner with him.
I think there was a connection there. He was pretty like
Oh, William S. Burroughs. He was in a fight with, I guess, about a comma,
mm,
the Oxford comma. I don't know.
yeah.
Do you know anything about? Have you ever been to Betty Davis's house because it's in Lowell?
Betty
Yeah.
Davis. No, I haven't been to Betty
Yeah, the
Davis's
chick
house.
from I think the Golden Girls. Is that what that was?
Oh,
Let me make
interesting.
sure
I didn't
that's
know
the
she
right.
was from Lowell.
Let me make sure that's the right Betty Davis. I mean,
Yeah, just some
yeah,
random.
yeah, it might be like just some lady. You know, she always had the best Halloween candy. You know.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah, it was her. Mm-hmm.
There you
She
go.
was, yeah, film, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
lot
and
of
then
stuff in Lowell. It's an old
hmm?
town. A lot of
What
stuff
is
in
it?
Lowell. Very, very old
Very, very
place, you
old.
know. Yeah, I mean that's like, where they do all the
The
talk
stuff.
about like industry and stuff, you know. It's all starts in Lowell, right?
Okay,
Like the
there's a
Lowell.
tavern. There's a tavern in Lowell called
There's a,
the Worthen House. Is
yep,
that
the Worthen House. Yep.
okay? I didn't read about this yet. There's something about a fan. The
Yeah, they
belts
have
and pulleys or something.
yeah, it's like a operating like belt operated like
That's
fans. So
crazy.
like they're all connected
Have
by
you been there? Have
oh
you been
yeah,
to the?
I've been to the Worthen.
Okay, well, why are you laughing? What's so funny about
Well,
that?
that was the place to go.
That was the spot.
Yeah, I mean it's like where else You know,
Do
and
they have music? Did you play? Did you play
they
music
have
there?
music. Yeah, I've played there. A couple of the things I'm in have played there. I've gone to a lot of shows there and just hung out there. It's kind of hard to find. You don't find like beer under $4 very often in
Oh,
Massachusetts. It's always kind
okay.
of a hard
But there
bargain.
you
But
can.
they had a couple. They had like I think Miller High Lifes were like
Oh, that's the best.
350 or
Best for
something. Yeah, Miller.
hangovers next day.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Only
Yeah,
other place that
I
has
haven't read about
cheaper, Ralph's in Worcester. They have.
every. Okay, now yeah, okay. I had a band from Worcester.
Oh yeah,
Rose Lane. Have you heard of Rose Lane?
Roseland. No, I haven't heard of Roseland.
They're kind of new, but they have an
Okay.
EP out and stuff now that they released. But yeah, okay. They have a really. Have you been to? I'm sure you've been to Worcester, right?
Oh yeah, a few times.
Do you know about the statue in the middle of town with the turtle?
Statue no sound.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Google Turtle Boy right now. Right now, just Google it. Just trust me on
Oh,
this.
is this
Turtle Boy. Mhm.
Turtle Boy
Yeah.
in
Oh yeah.
Worcester?
Wait till you see this character. This is right slaps it right in the middle of town. You can buy shirts and stuff of this thing. It's hilarious. It's a,
Oh wow, how have I
yeah.
not seen this?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. How did I not find that? Like they told me about that on the show. I'm like, what? Like that? Like that? Man,
Wow, that's
it's epic.
yeah, that's quite the statue.
That's kind of what I was on this run right after that happened. That was in December.
That's
And I
so
officially
funny.
started the Landmark segment in January, but I started in December because I think they were like one of the last shows of the year. So I just went ahead and did it because I was sick of talking about hot dogs. I didn't want to do it anymore. So I had those guys started out, and I can't even remember what mine was. Just something dumb, and they're like, "Wait, have you not heard of Turtle Boy?" And like my friend Rob that plays in the band with me, he's sitting here, and he never co-hosts like ever, but he was here, and I'm like, "No, what?" And they're like, "Google Turtle Boy." So Rob's sitting there, and he goes. Oh my God! Like I have no idea what he's looking at because he's got his phone. You know, he's like, oh my God, he's like, he's really giving it to her. I'm like, let me see,
Yeah,
what's going on here? You know,
yeah,
but
that's crazy statue.
I looked it up. I looked it up like after the show, and you can buy a T-shirt. And I was like, please get me a Turtle Boy T-shirt and send it to me.
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
they got real busy getting their album and stuff. So yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Turtle
I'm like,
Boy.
how did I miss that? But
Yeah,
it
I've
started this chain of statues. So like
yeah.
I had a band from Chicago on shortly after that, and I talk about this on pretty much every show during the segment. There's a shit fountain.
Mm,
It actually says shit fountain, and it's like a.
okay.
It kind of looks like well here I'll show it to you. I showed it last night on the thing. I need to just have these pop up on the screen just whenever I mention shit fountain, and boom, there it
Shit
is. You know?
fountain.
I'll get it going. Yeah.
There's always some weird statues around.
They're everywhere too, and like sometimes you don't even realize that you have these weird statues in your own town. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but
Oh that's
I
shit
mean, I
fountain.
don't think it's actual shit, but it'd be cool if it was. But it's an actual fountain, and it has something to do with like the Humane Society or dogs or something. But that's in a weird way. You know? This came up also. So in Rotterdam, there's a statue of Santa Claus in the middle of town. And it's supposed to be a Christmas tree that he's holding, but no, it's a giant butt plug for sure.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, how do you? Whoever did that knows exactly what they were doing. You know?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they want a Christmas tree, do they? Well,
I'll make a Christmas
Christmas tree
tree.
they'll get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Milan, Italy has a giant middle finger in the middle of town.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Like it's about this, like a little bit smaller than the Statue of Liberty. I think
That's wild.
every town needs a middle finger.
Yeah, I should put those around.
though.
Like be
Everywhere.
able to order them.
Oh, this was funny. I showed the guys last night in Portland. This. Okay, what do you? Okay, not to be like you know, what are you attracted to first?
Well,
You can go ahead and say it. Yeah, it's fine.
genitalia in a different color than
I
the
was
rest of
also.
the guy.
Yeah. So this.
Is it from people touching it? Is that what it
Oh, yeah.
is? That it,
For good
yeah,
luck.
that's
For
yeah,
good luck. For
yeah,
good luck.
Good luck. For good luck.
Yeah, it's the reason there's no background is I took the background out to use it for the clip that I did, but
Oh, that's funny.
it's somewhere in like in the middle of New York, and like at this arena, one of the arenas, the
Mm.
sports team arenas, and it's supposed to be Adam and Eve. I never pictured Adam to look like that. Did you? Not me.
Yeah, no.
I mean, yeah, naked, I'm sure, but like not like that. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's got an
got made
interesting
fun of like a
build.
son of a bitch. But yeah, I guess it was just an Adam and Eve statue thing, and the reason that the penis is gold is because everybody. That's the only thing
Everybody's
you can really
grabbing it.
get to. Because I guess they're giant
Yeah.
statues.
I remember
They
there's
couldn't get to
one.
what
There's
is
like a
it?
dog statue in Boston that like everyone would like pat its nose, and so like the nose is like gold from everyone like patting the
So,
dog.
I think it's copper. Like they're made of copper or something. And
Yeah,
copper
yeah,
rubs off.
like oxidizes or something. That's
There's
funny
a
though.
there's a giant baby in Arizona. It's the Michelin. It's the Michelin baby, but it's and the tractor is part of the billboard. But like
That's funny.
it's giant. Like I guess because the Michelin was or not Michelin Goodyear. It's the Goodyear
Right,
baby.
right, right, right.
But it's in the middle of nowhere, and you're just driving along this highway, just in the desert, and all of a sudden there's a giant
Oh,
baby.
big baby.
What up, big baby? You know. Let's see. I think that's all of it. But oh yeah,
That's funny.
there's a this is also in Chicago. This is what the guys in Chicago. This is a let me turn my brightness down a little bit so you can see this. Well, why did they? Okay. All right. So it's an outline of a rat in
Right.
pavement, basically, right? But the cool thing about this is the next picture. People don't only throw coins in it; they throw pills in it and all kinds of shit. You know,
Oh,
like
they're doing all sorts of things.
it's
Yeah.
a wishing well, I guess, of sorts. But I guess it's I don't know if people don't know if it's still there because it might have been paved over already.
Mm,
But
that's funny.
like, how do you pave right over? I guess unless it was already dead.
Yeah, I guess there
I
was
think
a
the
rat
story was
there.
like it fell from the tree right when they were paving, but somebody just made that up. I'm sure. Yeah,
Probably. Who knows?
that's not. Oh, this is in. This is kind of funny. That's in Switzerland. Statue of a woman peeing in the yard. Yeah, or taking a. I guess it could be a shit. I
Yeah,
mean,
could be either.
but she's not straining her face like, you know. So I don't think. Oh, you probably know about this. This is in Massachusetts, Springfield, where Dr. Seuss is from.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. How far is
Sue
Springfield from
statue.
you?
Springfield is. I don't head over there that often, but that's what like probably an
Well,
hour and a half or
Massachusetts isn't
something.
really that big, right? Like
Yeah, it's not
from
too big. It's just it's got some width to it. So
yeah, okay. I need to get up
um
that way, and I need to get up that way.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I know there's even a band in Maine that I've had on twice. They're called
Oh yeah.
30 Seconds Go. I haven't
Okay.
talked to them in a little bit, but I don't know what they're doing right now. But they've been on twice.
Yeah, a lot of
But
good stuff around here.
there's okay. So I've done like I think I have 14 more states to go to get all 50.
Mm.
And since you're in the Northeast, maybe you guys can help me out with this. Maybe your circle can help me out with this. Okay. There's let me get my list out here, and then we'll listen to the other song here in a second. But yep, I didn't even think of this when having you on tonight. But let me get to the where's it? I have it saved in here. Where is it? Where is it? I know Connecticut's one of them that I haven't had a
Hmm.
band from Connecticut yet. Okay, here it is. Delaware, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire. Yeah, that's all in the Northeast. So yeah, so New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Delaware. I need to hit.
Okay.
So anybody in your circle, if there's anybody from there, or they don't even have to live there anymore. But if they have to be, I think they have to be from there. I think that's how I got it. So
Okay.
at least from there or
I
sitting.
mean, if I had to recommend anyone, I think honestly one of the coolest bands, and I mean
Mhm.
I know you definitely like the like the punk stuff.
Yeah.
There's a fantastic band from I don't know if I think they're based out of Concord, New Hampshire. It's somewhere from New Hampshire,
Okay.
called Sophisticated Adult, and
That's a cool name.
they're like a they're like a hardcore punk band, but they're just I've seen them a bunch of times. They're like one of the most unique. I can't put them in a
It's
box. Like I
different
couldn't.
than
It's just
the
really unique
yeah.
stuff. And
Do
it's
you know
like
them personally?
well, so upon broken apologies, the guys in that band know them a lot better than I do
Okay.
because I wasn't part of the founding members of that band. I
Gotcha.
joined on bass, but they're a couple of them are very tight with those guys, and
All right, hook me up, guys. Hook me
yeah,
up. I know
yeah.
you're watching. I know
But
you're watching.
I mean they're a super cool bands, and they've been doing they've been doing this for a while,
Somebody
and
shut
yeah,
up a like. Somebody shut up a like just now. Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, I
Hook
just
me up,
like
guys.
super cool, and like I really like I can't describe their I can't like compare them to anything
I'm
else.
gonna go ahead and put that in my notes because I want to look that up here.
Yeah, super cool band. They just put out a new album not that long ago. Um, Great,
Yes, I'm
great band.
very interested, and it's not just to have all 50 states. I mean, I've done several states many times, but
Mhm.
like I just that's one goal I've always had. It's going to be very
Yeah, yeah.
difficult to do all 7 continents because I'm pretty sure nobody really lives in Antarctica. You know what I mean?
Maybe one of the scientists down there has like a noise
That's what I was
project
thinking.
or something.
Somebody's beating on a drum or some shit down there.
Yeah.
But I mean, but I don't. It's not just musicians. I've had a mentalist on. I've had an
Oh yeah.
illusionist on. Even I've never
Oh
had a
wow.
comedian. Never had a comedian. That'd be something cool. But
Yeah, yeah.
anybody that's like creative doing anything, like artists, I've had an author on. Like
Oh wow.
just anybody that's creative. If you're not creative, you can't freaking be on. You know, sophisticated adult. It's not adults. It's adult.
Yeah,
Right?
just adults.
Singular. The singular version. Okay.
Super
I got
cool
it.
band. Super cool.
Crystalline. What is this? Is this
Do
about
it.
metal or gems or just something else?
This song is pretty much it's about I guess the best way to describe it is it's about like having like a good you have like a good dream, the kind of dream that like lasts like a really long time and you're in it and like that's and it's amazing and you're like wow this is I'm so happy with whatever is happening and then you wake up and it's obviously it was just a dream but like you have that moment you wake up and you're like oh let me go back to what I was doing and then it kind of set and you're like oh right that was just a dream and so that's kind of what that song's about.
Thank you for putting the lyrics on, up when you release this stuff because
Oh
that's
yeah, of
important to
course.
me. I can never tell what people are saying, and some I'm like, why is he saying hippo? He's not saying hippo. Yeah, he is, but yeah, he is. When you listen to something over and over again, it's like, yeah, he's definitely saying hippo. But why would
Yeah,
hippo be in that song?
there's always some really funny like interpretations of lyrics.
But I'm glad bands do that. Some bands just don't even bother doing it. I'm like, why not?
I think
But a lot of them
Spotify
just
was trying
it's
they were trying to like
asking.
charge and I think
Really?
they yeah, I think they pulled back on it because nobody
Well, they
was
need to
paying
start
for it.
paying bands more. Then it sounds like if
Yeah,
they're going to start charging for that shit.
that'd be lovely.
Sheesh. All right, here's Crystalline by Blood Wisteria. Please go check this music out. It's trust me, it'll change your life. Well, maybe not, but it might. I mean, it'll definitely, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Check it out. It's really good.
Oh, so crystalline, his facial silence raptured by your eyes. Shallow fate inscribed, infatuation lies within a locked room. Dreams will come to find it's never been real. Don't you want to be the one? Don't you want to see the lies beyond the sun? I've had a taste of the other side. Me and Symphony, we drink of this wine. Oh, so crystalline, altar, slowly walking to the altar, slowly walking to the altar, slowly walking to her. Sun so crystalline, his spatial silence raptured by your eyes, shallow fate inscribed, infatuation lies within a locked room. Dreams will come to find it's never been real.
It's almost hauntingly good. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like especially the ending, because you think a lot of people think endings should just be like, you know, a bunch of symbols and then dun, 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 you know.
Yeah,
No.
the big finish. Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, for some things, especially live and things, but sometimes it's just, you know, I think our band kind of struggles with, you know, how should we end a song? Should we do it like that every time?
It's
It seems
hard.
yeah, it seems to do that every single time. It's like I'm like, man, why don't those? But we've only played one show, so it's not that big of a deal yet. Not yet. But I like that ending though, because it's just like, you know, it's like we're done now. We're done now on this. But think about it for a second, you know, like, you know. But I chatted with you on Zoom here about your pedal work. What do you use like pedals that are built with an Ableton? Because I know that's very popular with Rob. He uses the Reaper pedals and plugins and things. Or do you have actual physical pedals on the floor that you tap? Because they sound really good and they fit really well with this music.
Yeah, so I do use like digital stuff for recording this, but I have a theoretical pedal board that I am putting together for the who knows when I do want to make this into a live thing eventually, but
I will
know,
come
for
up.
the time being, one time. But right now the the stuff I use, so I use a program called Bias FX 2. It's like a guitar amp simulator. Um and it's fine. It's not like the best, but it was pretty cheap. I got a deal on it, and I got it
Yeah.
like back when I was first learning. And it, gets the job done. But for in Ableton, I mainly the three things I use. There's this company called what do they call Valhalla.
Yeah. That
plugins.
I think we have some plugins for that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they have a bunch of stuff you got to pay for,
Yeah.
but I do have their free plugins. And I use I think it's called the Space Modulator,
Mhm.
which basically it's just like a chorus pedal, but it has like it can do a bunch of stuff. Basically, it has all these options. And I'll run that. They also have the I think it's called the Supermassive, and it's like a
Mhm.
delay, but it's a really kind of it can do a lot of weird stuff, and I'm big on the kind of
The weird.
the weird, yeah,
Yeah.
and like
Well, that's
just that
good. It's different. It's
the,
unique. You know.
yeah, and like getting that like lush, like very like the wall of sound
Hmm.
is like kind of that thing. I really would like to go for that, and I hate not having, at least and like people pull it off, but like for pretty much anything that I'm working on, I always want it to just be really filled in, and
Hmm.
like everything, there's something happening in like every part of the like sonic range.
It's
Whatever.
definitely working, George.
Thank you.
This is good stuff, man. Like don't like please keep making music because like Rob likes it. I played it for Rob the other day, and he's like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "This is Wisteria. They're gonna be on, and you know, and he's like, "Play another one." I'm like, okay, because I think I played LA Dreaming or something, but then I played another one, and he's like, what is it? I was like, it's on this, like, have a big screen in there. With, my computer's always hooked up to it. I don't watch TV or anything, but I was like, it's right there, like it's massive. It says Blood Wisteria, like the biggest freaking, on Apple Music. He's like, okay, calm down. I'm like, no, you calm down, buddy. I was like, you could co-host with me, then you could just discuss it. But yeah, he's poor guy's working 2 jobs now. Poor guy.
And stuff.
But he owes me several $1,000. No, he doesn't owe me that much. He owes me like $50, I think. But I need it though, like that's $50 I don't have right now, Rob. But no, on the show he's known as Invisible Rob since he's kind of like, okay, like remember the show Home Improvement with Wilson that would be like on a fence like this, and
right?
You would only see half of his face. So when Rob's on the show, he either pulls his hood way up, even if it's summertime, he'll pull his hood, or his hat. You only
the
see,
brim,
like,
the brim down, yeah.
And he's got this huge beard like ZZ Top, so like you never really see his face other than his mouth moving. So like I had him on as a guest, like not the last time you could actually see him, but the time before that when he was on as a guest because he makes like solo stuff too. But he was on the screen like kind of like this. It was like half guy the whole time. It was
yeah. That's funny.
But he's Invisible Rob. But he's
Invisible Rob.
Yeah. But no, he used to come into the room when I'd be on the show, and people could hear him, but they couldn't see him. I'm like, well, oh, Invisible Rob's here. So
that's funny.
It's mysterious. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Daniel's on his way to my house, so he better have got my freaking stuff right. Bastard.
Yeah, come on, Daniel.
Why is he up there? Yeah, Daniel,
that's always the kicker is like when you order something and then you look and it's like they're going like the opposite way. Yeah.
I had one bad order one time. This was like, I don't know, a few months ago, and this chick was new, and I didn't take away the tip or anything. I didn't. She was new. She has to learn. I wasn't the person to learn on though. I needed certain things for the thing that I was making. It wasn't for like any special occasion. I can't use regular parsley. Regular parsley is stupid. It doesn't taste like anything. Italian parsley tastes like something. It just trust me, it does. But I usually grow Italian parsley. I have some out there now, but like at this point I didn't have any growing, so I needed some from the store. But I specifically needed Italian parsley for this dish, right? She brings me regular parsley. Like the garnish that people put on plates.
Yeah, like the dried shit in the bottle.
Yeah, like
or whatever.
you can't even chew it. Rabbits can't even chew it,
Yeah.
So it's like, but I didn't know that, because everything. But she was taking a lot longer than she should have. When it said that she left the store, because I had 2 different kinds of ice cream. I love ice cream. I don't know about you, but ice cream's the shit. I'll eat ice cream. I'll sit in the snow naked and I'll still eat ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Badass. But I probably wouldn't do that. But maybe. but I had ice cream. It was soup.
Oh yeah.
When she got here, it was warm and it was soup when she got here. Like, you're not doing it right. Like this isn't the job for you. You can't even get parsley right. But
you could have garnished the soup with the parsley.
Yeah, the chocolate soup.
Yeah.
It did refreeze though, and it was fine. After like a day and a half, I had to let it refreeze.
Yeah.
But the parsley, I just threw out in the yard. I'm like, give it them. I can't use this shit for anything. Can't even resell it.
Funny.
But of course, I can't directly complain to them, so I complained to Instacart. I'm like, listen, everything's been fine since I started doing this crap, and they refunded it. So good.
That's good.
And
Yeah, it's always sometimes
not just the parsley and ice cream, the entire order. So that was nice.
Sometimes they screw you over. I've had times where I just didn't get food, like because back when I didn't have a car, so it was kind of like I would run out of groceries and I needed like my roommates to like drive me, and sometimes they'd just be like no, and so I'd
really.
like order food or whatever, right? And they're like, oh yeah, I dropped it off, no picture. And I go outside and there's just nothing there, and like go check. A couple times they put it on like the neighbor's porch or something, but like
Those
no,
bastards.
like, no food, and then you're like, well, okay. So then you go and you try to
And
fill up the
they were
thing.
probably high as hell. They were just like, yeah, we're gonna trick this guy.
Yeah, they're
You're
eating
tricking
it.
the wrong person.
They're eating it on the way home. But yeah,
So
no,
you've
it's
only
like,
you've only been driving for what, like a year? You said.
yeah, I've had my license for a while, but I only got a car like back last like fall.
Okay, I haven't done this for a long time, but like I I had this idea when I didn't have anybody lined up for. There's certain parts of the year like they're just kind of dead with scheduling, I guess, because bands are just doing things at the same time.
Right,
So
right.
like I got this idea of doing like an audio podcast, audio only, where it's pre-recorded and I could just put it up on Apple Podcasts or wherever. And it was all about road rage because I get like I don't get to the point where I want to get out in traffic and beat somebody with an axe or anything like that. But I feel like that, and I treat them like that in the comfort of my own vehicle. Like
Right.
I flip them off, and like I get flipped off like all the time that this happens. And we don't have that bad traffic around here. It's just people don't know how to fucking drive.
Oh, there's a lot of people who don't know how to drive.
Do you get this kind of rage because you could be that next that I mean I don't really have guests on here on this thing. I've only done it like
the
twice,
road rage.
but I've never
podcast.
released anything either. So, but yeah, Rob did one with me, and my friend Bo did one with me, but I haven't released anything because I don't know how to edit. I can't. That's why I do this show live. I don't want to. I don't want to edit this.
Yeah, editing is not fun.
But I mean, I'll make clips. I'll make clips of your show.
Yeah,
I'll do that all day long. But like, I don't like to go back and like, fill in the ums and the
Right.
just awkward pauses and things. But so I'm thinking maybe that's not the best thing for me to do. Maybe I just should stick with this and maybe I should have a road rage segment.
Yeah. Maybe just keep it as a segment. Yeah. I think I don't. I think I definitely I won't go so far as to claim that I don't have. I definitely feel a lot of rage at people on the road, but I'm pretty like. I don't want to give them this like the satisfaction of like knowing that they've angered me.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah.
So
you're
like,
bastard.
face,
It wasn't me. It was definitely you.
Just
definitely.
like I'll just like keep it straight face. I don't really get like I don't ever try to get too like petty with it. Like
You
I
should.
don't
You
like.
should. You should.
You know, it's
get
great. Yeah, I
enraged
should
fully.
start brake checking people. Like, hip
In
maneuver somebody
Kentucky,
off the
I have a
road.
cousin who lives in Kentucky, and I'm sure they still do it, but like in Kentucky, I was down there visiting one summer, and I was driving, in my truck and everything, and he's just riding with me, and there was somebody in front of me was going like horribly slow, like not even.
Right.
I think the speed limit was like 55 or something like that, and this person was going like 40. I'm like, what's taking so long? And so I'm like, I'm doing what I do around here. I'm riding their ass, People do that to me, I get really mad, But I do it to people, whatever.
It's
So
just the way it goes. Yeah.
But he's like, you might want to back off from them. I'm like, why? I was like, they're the ones being assholes, not me. They're not going the speed limit. I couldn't pass them. It was like a curvy road. And he's like, people will brake check you just to get a new car.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right, I'm backing off. Because if you run into the back of somebody, it's your fault automatically.
Yeah.
I got
But-
hit. Speaking of traffic accidents, and then I'll get off of this, but I was hit by a box truck in my truck a week and a half ago. I was hit by a box truck. The guy gets out and he goes, "I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention." He drives a box truck.
I feel like you should
He
probably
destroyed my truck. Like it's
probably should
destroyed.
like pay attention if you're driving like a
You would-
vehicle
you
that
would think-
large. Yeah.
And it was like it wasn't like a 1-lane road, but it was a country road, and there was no lines or anything. But I could see him. I could see him coming. I mean, through the forest. Do you talk like that? You say forest or forest?
Forest.
Okay,
I'm a
thank you.
forest guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I could see him coming. I could see him coming because there was like a bend in the
Right.
road. And so I saw him coming, and I was like, oh shit, there's a truck. So I got all the way to the right, as far to the right as I could. In my, you've seen the picture that my wheel was turned. That bastard didn't even see me at all. Actually accelerated because after you go around that turn, it's kind of a uphill in a box truck. I'm sure you have to do that. He accelerated into me. He just kind of like 2 feet to the left or right. I guess it would have been his left. He would have hit me head on. Just boom. Like 35 miles an hour. And that's pretty quick for a box truck hitting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a lot of weight transfer.
Just destroyed the entire driver's side of my truck. So I have to. I did drive it home, but it doesn't drive right. So something's messed up more
Yeah,
than
probably
that.
the axle got like messed up or something.
Something severely is messed up with it.
Yeah.
But I got to take it to the thing tomorrow and let them see if they want to fix it. But I'm going to be in this. I got a dumbass rental car too. Dumbass rental car. Did your car have push buttons? Like for gear
Oh my!
shift and things?
I hate it.
This
I hate
entire
that. Mine
vehicle
doesn't.
is that.
I'm happy to say that I have a car with a turn
actual-
ignition
Yeah, an actual.
and actual stick shift. Well, it's still an automatic, but it has the stick.
Yeah.
know,
This stupid SUV that they gave me. Okay, I took it off road today just because I work off. I was like, I need a truck. I need something 4-wheel drive. I don't even know if this is for. I can't even figure out the cruise control because it's freaking weird buttons. You know, it's
Yeah,
weird,
yeah.
weird buttons, and there's a panel like it's almost like a laptop in the middle.
Yeah, it's
and,
got the screen. Yeah.
touch- and you can even go like this, and it'll swipe the screen. I had to turn that shit
Yeah.
off because it kept swiping when I was ready to swipe. You know, like just a pain in the ass. But I mean, yeah, if I was a soccer mom, it'd be a nice vehicle. But I'm not.
Yeah.
I have no kids. I have a cat, and he never rides with me ever. Anyway, okay, I'll get away from that. I just wanted to.
That was good though. It was good.
That podcast idea was more for me to vent than anything. So,
Hey, yes, people, you need to vent about the road
hey,
sometime.
Daniel's here. Should we go out with the camera?
You got like the MTV crew out.
It wouldn't reach. It wouldn't reach. Wait, where? He is here. Why is it? Okay, whatever. Well, my friend's here. She'll get it. She'll get it.
Get the whole camera crew out.
She'll get the entire. She'll have to
Like
carry
the
everything.
overhead mics that like hang down.
They're here. It doesn't say go to the front door on the directions, but he probably did. But you can tell him to go to the garage. Just open the garage. He's new. It's some guy idiot named Daniel.
Daniel.
She was like, "Are they coming to the front door?" I'm like, "They're not." You put like how you want your.
Yeah, you tell them what to do. Yeah.
Yeah. It says second house on the left. You can park in the driveway. I will open the garage door because the garage door is the driveway. You know.
Yeah.
That idiot went to the front door. Come on.
Oh my god.
Can I pull this tip or what? I should have ordered parsley just to see what he
See if he'd get the right one. Yeah.
I did get ice cream though, and he looked like he stopped a couple places, so we'll see how that goes.
Might be super.
Daniel. Oh, Eddie said he said, yeah, dude, I would love to do an interview with you. Are you sure? He said, get the whole UBA gang up here. That would be dope as fuck.
Hell yeah.
I like it. All right, let's do that. Yeah, let's schedule that. And
Perfect.
anything else you're involved with, George? Let's get him on the show. I'd love to learn more about the area and you know, it seems like everybody's cool up there, and I'd love to have you guys on and feature all of your music.
Thank you.
On the show, you know, learn all about it.
It's a fun place.
I want to give you like 2 minutes here to plug your crap, everything, like everything,
Okay.
like even the other bands, all that stuff. Just tell people where they can find you and what all you're involved in, all that stuff. It's your turn. Go.
All right. Well, yeah. So I'm Blood Wisteria. Pretty much everything it's just Blood Wisteria music on Instagram. You know, Bandcamp, YouTube, all the whole shebang. And then other projects I'm involved with. I'm in a band, my first band, still together, which is always a good thing. Years later, called Night Visions. One word on Spotify. It's Night Visions MA, like Massachusetts. And we're actually just gonna be putting out an album pretty soon. Then yeah, we've talked about Upon Broken Apologies. We're gonna be recording hopefully soon. And that's also Upon Broken Apologies on YouTube, Bandcamp, Spotify, the whole deal. I have my own other solo project called Starwitch, where I do like electronic, kind of just anything, and it's starwitch.music on Instagram, and just Starwitch with a space. And finally, I'm also in another band called Fizz Paste. One word.
I saw that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when I was trying to remember what that was. Yeah, that's
and yeah, we just put out an EP, and we're gonna be doing more stuff.
Is that gospel music, like gospel country? That sounds like
It's like something else. It's something I can't even
is
tell
it
you.
punk? It sounds really punk.
It's punk, but it's like we
Fizz Paste. That's great.
we're all over the place. It's a weird band, and we all wear fun costumes on
Oh,
stage.
you got to
so
be on.
it's,
You got to be on the show.
Yeah,
Then.
got to do the
let's
costumes. But
let's
yeah,
do all of them.
Fizz Paste is on everything as Fizz Paste. So
Star Witch is the other solo one you do.
other solo project, yeah.
Send me a follow so I don't forget that.
Yeah,
Send me
yeah,
a
of
follow.
course.
Send me a follow from all of them.
Yeah, I'll do the whole
all of them.
the
And then
whole
I'll
suite. I have
check
like
them out.
8
I
Instagram.
got nothing else going on, man. I got nothing else going on, man.
Of course, I got like 8 Instagram accounts that I have on my phone.
It kind of sucks over time though, because you're like, like what do I turn notifications on for? You know, because I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody else uses Instagram in the band but me. One of the guys has like 11,000 followers. Our bass player has 11,000 followers on TikTok, so we gave him the TikTok,
Mm.
and I do the Instagram. Nobody does Facebook because Facebook sucks ass. I hate Facebook. And see, I started the show on Facebook, so I have to keep the page updated, but I haven't updated the page in like a month. I hate using their platform. It sucks.
Yeah, Facebook is not great.
It's only for old people and, well, it's for moms and grandparents, I think.
Pretty much.
And
Pretty much.
well, there is Facebook dating.
There you go.
You have
credit where credit's due, though. Facebook Marketplace is
chapter
good.
routine. They're that's never mind. I'm enraged at Instacart again. I'm good. We'll put that down. Hey, playing us out of the show tonight is a band from Moon Township, PA, which is right around where the airport is in Pittsburgh, if you know Pittsburgh. Neon Vanadium, and they've been on the show. It's been a while, and they actually played live on the show. It was really good. They just put one microphone in the middle of the room, and it was fantastic. But the next time that they're on, we're going to do it in person. Cam, the lead singer, came down with COVID, so we had to kind of postpone that a little bit. We were going to do it soon, but we're gonna wait and schedule that a little bit. I got a lot of traveling coming up, and I can't come down with nothing, so stay away,
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do it. So Neon Vanadium will be on again, but they just released an EP. I can't remember the name of the EP, or yes, I can. It's right here in front of me. It's Out of Sight and Out of Mind, and the song's called Empty Streets. We'll listen to that here in a second. Playing us out of the show. Check them out when you get a chance. I have a couple more coming up soon. I knew I was going to forget all this crap. I have a show in Pittsburgh tomorrow. Tomorrow? Come on, see, I'm all out of sorts. That Instacart did it to me. Those Instacart bastards.
Yeah, it has you on edge, man.
I blame them. Yeah, it does. And road rage and all that kind of crap. I'm going. I think when's the 21st? Friday, or let's see. It's Saturday. Saturday, I'll be in Pittsburgh to see Dream the Heavy, which is a very good Pittsburgh band. We're going to see them. Good friends with them. Actually, TK Mundock, the lead singer of Dream the Heavy, is going to be doing the artwork. He's an artist, so he's doing the artwork for my electronic albums coming out within the month. So I'm going up to see them, and Chip and the Charge Ups are also playing. I've not seen them yet, but it just sounds fun. You know what I mean? Chip and the Charge Ups. And Fizz Paste sounds awesome too, but they're not playing. Sucks. But and I think there's another band playing as well, but I can't think of it right now. But next week, let's see, the 23rd is Monday. Yeah, so on the 23rd, I have a band from Sandusky, Ohio, called Wexford. I just booked them a couple days ago, so I don't know too much about them. I did see that they sent me an email, so I'm going to have to look at that when we're done. That one's at 8 p.m. on Monday. And then Tuesday, you might want to tune into this one, George, because this is probably the heaviest band I've ever had on the show on Tuesday. And it's the show's at 2 p.m. Eastern because they're in Germany.
Okay? Oh, wow. Yeah.
They're called Obey the Kraken or Kraken or something that starts with a K. It looks like Kraken to me, but some people say Kraken. I don't know. But you must obey it. And I'm telling you, this is probably the heaviest shit I've ever heard in my life, for one thing.
All right.
But probably the heaviest I've had some heavy bands on, but not like this. This is crazy. But it's good. The instrumentals are just freaking spot on, So
Germans know their metal.
They know their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk to them. So that'll be the 24th at 2 p.m. And we scheduled this one like beginning of August. So like let's go. Let's do it. When is it? Not September 24th yet? Anyway. And then a little bit later in October, well, I think it's the 5th or the 6th. 3 Leagues to Rome from Pittsburgh. I will be going up to their practice space. I owe them a show. From the last time they were on. The sound wasn't very good, and I was like, I owe you guys something. So I'm going to go up to their place, and we'll do a live stream from their practice space, and they will play live. So check it all out.
Hell yeah.
If you want to. And those of you that chatted. Now here's the thing: when you chat, to be able to chat on YouTube Live during the show, you have to subscribe. That's how I get them. But the thing is, you can't unsubscribe just because George is not. On it, you can't come back and resubscribe when that doesn't, just turn your notifications off if you don't want to watch my shit. I don't care. It doesn't tell me who does it or what, but I see it though. I see it. I will find you I'll have George bring his axe,
Yeah, I'll get the axe, man.
And the haunted animal, We'll do all that shit. But yes, let's get Lowell. Let's have Lowell, Massachusetts, or the general area take over You Keep Me Alive for a few shows. Let's do that.
Hell yeah.
I'm down for that.
I'm so down.
All right. And you could be new every time. I'll be like, oh, nice to meet you, George. Every,
Oh,
every
yeah.
single time.
Nice to meet you. Gans.
Hey, so we're gonna talk about landmarks, and then we'll just talk about the same ones.
I do this.
We'll do the damn
that's
thing,
funny.
man. We'll do it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so
Hell
much, George,
yeah.
for being on. It's been a pleasure talking to you all about Blood Wisteria, and I can't wait to. Do you have anything like going to be released soon? I forgot to ask you that before we go.
I have some stuff planned. Nothing concrete. But I'm doing some more ambitious stuff. And it's definitely. I need to work on my production more before I'm going to be happy with it. But I do have a lot in the vault right now.
Nice.
So hopefully soon.
Awesome. Well, come back to the show, even as Blood Wisteria. I know you'll come back as other entities, but come back as Blood Wisteria. Let's talk about it. Maybe next year or whenever you release something. I'm always willing to have previous guests on, or anybody really, as long as you can talk, you know.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
had
yeah,
people
I'd love
on here
to.
that don't talk, so.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
man. Yeah, definitely come back. Definitely come back. Let's have a Lowell takeover or a general. We'll just have a Massachusetts takeover. We'll just do that.
Perfect.
You know? Maybe I'll get the Roseland guys to come on for one of them. Playing us out of the show, as I mentioned earlier, is Neon Vanadium from Pittsburgh. The song is called "Empty Streets" off their new EP. Check it out when you can. And George, thanks again, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I'll see everybody on next Monday at 8 p.m. with Wexford from Sandusky, Ohio. Have a great night. We'll see you. George, you can stay on for a little bit if you want, and I'll talk to you after the Kill the Live stream.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Here we go.